Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Commodity TV and a new edition of our online interview series. Yeah, we want to talk for the first time to a brand new company, I would say, NOA Lithium. And my good old friend Taj Singh, the CEO, is here with us. Taj, good morning to Toronto. How are you?
Very good, Jochen. Thanks for having us.
Hey, great to see you, and great you are in good shape. That's perfect. NOA Lithium, I would just got an idea of the company the last 2 weeks, and really interesting. Another lithium play in Argentina. Please give us a short background. How have you put that together? What's going on?
Yeah, thanks for that, Jochen. We are a NOA Lithium Brines is a lithium explorer and developer. Focused in Argentina in the South American Lithium Triangle. So in this Lithium Triangle, which is Chile, Argentina, Bolivia, a geographical area, over 50% of the current world resources of lithium and over 50% of the current production comes from here. All of the major lithium players, essentially, and lots of big diversifieds who are getting into lithium are here. So definitely in the right place to be. We have 3 key projects at 3 different salars, and as you know, each project of a company is kind of centered on or around a salar, a salt lake, because these are brines. We have one that's kind of advanced, moving towards development, and then 2 are in exploration, not too far away from moving forward, but 2 in exploration. In total, we have over 100,000 hectares of project claims.
That's pretty large.
Yeah, very large. It's one of the largest total land positions of any junior in the region. It's probably similar to some mid-tiers or even majors. So, I really think what kind of separates us is the fact we're in lithium country with many operations and projects moving forward around us, and we have such a big position on 3 meaningful salars.
Okay, so what is the flagship asset? Is it Rio Grande?
Yes, correct. Rio Grande is the flagship. And I can maybe give a few words on that. Rio Grande is really a great opportunity because you've had significant previous exploration, but there's also significant unexplored upside. So there's been drilling at the salar, significant amount of geophysics. That all will help us in our drilling, obviously, but drilling has returned impressive and consistent lithium values, 3, 4, 500, but it's only been drilled to 50 to 100 meters from surface, and then only over a very limited footprint. Over just the surface salar, effectively like the outcrop, whereas much of the deposit, in our opinion, that we've seen on many other salars, the salar will continue undercover, and that's where you're really going to see some potential upside. It's happened in the region on many salars. So exploration below 100 meters at depth and in the basin surrounding the surface salar are going to be the key areas, I think, of upside, and we have significant exposure to both. The most advanced project on this salar is owned by Pluspetrol. Pluspetrol is a private Argentinian company, probably in the area of 4 to 5 billion value. Very big, was in oil and gas, now moving aggressively into lithium. And they've got a resource there of over 2 million tons of LCE, at kind of 400 ppm grade or so. And that's only on the drilling of the first 100 meters. We have a similar size land position to Pluspetrol, so I think there's a good probability to get to a similar target, and hopefully that'll be conservative because obviously we're going to go deeper. So we're currently drilling at Rio Grande, and then we're moving towards the resource, by the late 2023. So very quick to get to key catalysts.
Wow, so that sounds you are really on the fast track. So how much do you want to spend for the drilling there? How much do you want to do?
Yeah, so the budget for the entire year over the 3 projects is about $7 million or so. Probably at Rio, we'll take the larger portion of that. And then on the other assets, I'll talk maybe about one of the other assets. The other 2 assets, we want to get them ready for drilling in 2024 by doing geophysics and earlier stage exploration work. So the one asset I do want to talk about that I think we're very hopeful about is called the AbraSilver project. It is the largest salar in the region. It is quite unexplored, and we are again one of the largest claim holders there. So very good position. Large players there are Pluspetrol, Eramet, Tibet Summit, Lilac. So some very, very big multi-billion-dollar companies are there doing a lot of exploration. So this salar is known. Why we're excited is the salar is known to have very deep brine potential with very thick brine horizons. So the volume of your resource adds up very quickly as you start getting deeper and deeper. We're talking 400, 500, 600 meters type depth, as you've seen brine potential all the way down to there. And then the grades, especially in the area we're in, have started really looking very attractive, 400 or 500 regularly, maybe even more. So we'll work on getting the geophysics done here and get that ready for drilling, maybe in late 23, maybe in 2024. And we have actually some very high hopes for this asset, maybe even more than Rio Grande.
Okay, super. How does it look like, let's say, with infrastructure, road access, surroundings? I mean, that's one of the driest areas in the world, so probably you have not a lot of people you are disturbing. But still, what is also about water? I think this is something of the most important things there, right?
Correct. So you're very in a remote area, so it's got the good benefit of not being a disturbance, if you will. So you're in a remote area. But again, as I mentioned, it's a very prolific lithium producing region. So many of these lithium giants have already spent the money for infrastructure. So that actually helps us because all the roads to get to the deposit are already built and paid for. We're able to use those. The infrastructure, there's major power corridors throughout the region, major international rail nearby. There's several airstrips, like all of the infrastructure actually, Johan, is very well set up.
Okay.
And then in terms of water, honestly, this is fantastic because during your exploration, when you're looking for brine, you actually can find water too. And we actually think we've found a couple of very good instances of freshwater supply, which will obviously be important for processing if we to go that method. So as you're doing the exploration for your brines, for the lithium, you actually end up finding freshwater sources too. And that makes this, a very efficient process. And there's quite a bit of it there. You just have to do the exploration on that for looking for freshwater aquifers.
Okay, super. Yeah, any other assets you want to name?
There's another very interesting asset. So it's our third. I talked about the two, one called Salinas Grandes. So the distance between Rio Grande and Arizaro is about 70 to the northeast, then another 100, so 70 kilometers. Then another 100 or 120 kilometers to the northeast, you have the Salinas Grandes salar, historically known as very, very high grade. We have about 10,000 hectares there. The other major player there is again Plus Petrol, and they they're busy and with their exploration activities there as well. That is earlier stage, similar to Arizaro, but we will need to do a little bit more geophysics there to get some drill targets ready. And then we'll move forward with some drilling for that for 2024. So in 18 to 24 months, you could basically have 3 projects, each with a meaningful resource, which I think would really set the company apart in lithium country.
Okay, super. Can you give us a short idea on your management, on your team members? I mean, I know you for a long time. You are a very good geologist, yeah, and you are also in the mine building and stuff like this. But who else do you have? Because lithium is really different when you work with brines instead of, let's say, with hard rock mining, like we did with Timmins Gold, for example.
Exactly. Yeah. So my background. I've mainly been in hard rock, correct? But and obviously previously 5 years founding CEO of AbraSilver, which has had great success in Mexico and moving the project to construction. I was also a founding board member at GT Gold, which was acquired by Newmont. And then prior to that, as you said, over 6 years again in Mexico with Timmins Gold producer. So yeah, lots of experience in hard rock for myself, and obviously lots of operational experience and moving projects along through exploration, through development, and even into production. The other key members, it's important to note that NOAA is actually the same founders of NOAA are those who found AbraSilver, which is an Argentinian gold silver company, a developer that's had great success over the past 3 years or so. They've been around for about 3 years. So the founder, his name is Hernan Zabala. Buenos Aires based, 30 years experience in mining, maybe even more. And he worked with a lot of the big companies, Barrick, Pinollas, Pan American, and more even importantly, he was a founder, he was a VP and board member at Minera XR. That's an operation joint venture between Lithium Americas and Ganfeng. So 2 very big lithium producers.
Big players, yeah.
Then the other one who's important is Gabriel Rubacha, also Argentina-based, retired construction engineer. And guess what? He was for over 5 years, I believe, CEO of Minera XR. So again, the Lithium Americas Ganfeng joint venture. And he was also the president of South American operations for Lithium America. So very, very relevant experience in the region, moving a project all the way through the cycle. And then another, I think important founder is John Miniotis, who's the current CEO of AbraSilver.
Yeah, whom I know also, from the former.
You know him. He's worked on companies such as Orico. He worked as a banker
Orico
at Wellington West. So he's very important. He brings the capital markets kind of background. And then exploration team, again, very strong. You're in a region that has the lithium experience. Our exploration team, the people have worked for companies such as Albemarle, POSCO, Galaxy, Orocobre, Livent, Ganfeng, and Lithium America. So very, very strong experience in-house for our exploration team.
Super, perfect. Last but not least, as you are a new company, who are your shareholders? What is management skin in the game? How does it look like?
So management has a very strong position. Insider positions about 40%. And if you kind of include kind of contacts and network of insiders, it probably is even more. So this company really has mainly, as part of the registry, is mainly insiders and contacts of insiders. There's a couple of small family offices that came in while we were private, but really, and then kind of a good couple of retail books. PI has helped us, Haywood has helped us in when we were private, just going public. But really now, I think is the time the story's getting out where we're going to start getting some institutions looking at it. But currently right now, a little bit of retail, a few family offices, and then a big portion is insiders and kind of network of insiders.
Fantastic.
High net worth individuals.
Super. Sounds like a good game plan. I mean, as said, you are brand new. I have a good feeling that we will hear in the future a lot more from you. And I would suggest you guys start now with drills, move it, and we talk in, I don't know, maybe 2 months.
Fantastic. Thank you so much for having us.
Thank you very much, Taj. Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, that was Taj Singh, the CEO of NOA Lithium, brand new lithium company, but you heard it, 100,000 hectares on project here, 3 large projects in one of the best salars in Argentina, and that's elephant territory. And I must say, the management is impressive, the company has money, and the drills will turn here quite soon. They are turning already, and they have also already from 2018 an NI 43-101 with over 2.1 million tons LCE. So that is also fantastic. So there, it looks to me like there will come a lot of meat onto the bone within the next 18 months. I would suggest you check out the company. As said, it's brand new. I will do the same and probably get into it. Thanks for watching us, and bye-bye from Switzerland.